they lose their minds more and more.
And it's like about how you don't even realize what's going to happen the day Trump is president. I'm like, did we not live through 4 years of Trump being president already?
Yeah.
This is the Talk Down.
Is it 2025?
I think it's Project 2025
like
because the Dems are really trying to say this is Trump's evil plan.
Project 2025. This is the thing. Apparently, in fact, we actually got this segment sent to us by Frank J. Fleming, our man on the ground. We've been hearing a lot about Project 2025. I think it's time to get to the bottom of it. So it's kind of a sweeping set of far-right goals that have been set to be implemented under the second Trump administration, put together by the Heritage Foundation, that far-right.
And it's the Heritage Foundation came up with this sort of political policy plan.
Like, we should do this.
Like this is what they would like to see conservatives do. And now I think the Democrats and the media are saying this is Trump's plan and this is how he's going to change it into a Christian theocracy and an autocratic government.
Well, I think they're trying to kind of secretly make it a thing only for the right, but so far only the left has been hearing about it. And lately, I'll be the guy on the right and you be the guy on the left, or you want to be which one you want to be?
I want to do whichever one doesn't have to yell or do an impression.
Okay, you just be a normal guy asking about Joe Biden.
Hey, did you see how Biden was stammering and lost his train of thought?
Project 2025! We have to work out, we have to!
I'm so glad I didn't have to do that part.
So Project 2025 is so radical, the left has raised Trump's threat level to Hitler times 3.
He was already Hitler.
He's up there, yeah. So we're going to look at what exactly is in Project 2025. Well, Frank Fleming, he got this list for us. It is quite radical, warning to children at home. Let's just dive in.
This is what Frank's reporting is in the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025 plan. This is all real. He wouldn't make it up. It would just be a waste of our time.
Exactly. There will be harsher taxes or there will be a harsh tax on being poor.
Yeah, these are the points here. That's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is all dogs will be classified as boys and cats as girls.
Well, that's extremely binary. It will be added to the Constitution that a hot dog is a sandwich. Which I think
I could agree with that.
Well, we are right wingers, so some of this is going to sing with us.
Yeah, that's really what I've been pushing for.
Hot dog
is the thing I've wanted to see this country, affirm in the Constitution for a long time. This next point's interesting. Children will be given nunchucks at school.
I'm pro safety and self-defense. So I think that's probably good.
The only way to stop a bad guy with a nunchuck is a good guy with a nunchuck.
Yeah, a school full of kids with nunchucks is much more safe than a school full of kids without nunchucks.
Yeah, definitely.
We will declare war on Canada, but not tell them, and we'll just kind of stare at them angrily, but not tell them why.
The next point, a corporate sponsor will get to rename Wisconsin.
Wisconsin is kind of a crappy state name. Sorry.
It'll be the U.S. Bank state.
Yeah, it'll be named what Dave's Hot Chicken or something.
Yeah.
The LGBTQ acronym is going to be replaced simply with the word gay.
Oh, that's good. I just want to say gay again.
They gotta stop because it's already moved on to I don't know, where is it now? Do you know where it is now?
It's LGBTQAIIP plus, I believe.
What's the P? There's a P. I never knew there's a P.
I'm trying to. Is it polyamorous? I think
or
polyamorous, pansexual, maybe.
Pansexual.
Yeah,
that seems like the most greedy one.
Yeah. Here, I do not like this next point. More and even angrier pit bulls. That's not something we need. Maybe I'll vote for Biden now that
I'm starting to lean Biden.
2025.
I don't care if he craps his pants.
Yeah.
Women will no longer get to vote in elections, but in exchange, they will get 2 votes on American Idol. So it's a good trade. They probably care more. I don't know.
California will be walled off and declared a biohazard.
That's probably needed.
Yeah.
Elon Musk is going to be contracted to begin building a Death Star.
I like to see that.
Yeah, I think you'd do a good, nice, clean energy Death Star.
Juggling will be made illegal.
I'm pro that.
Fine.
I don't like those things where everybody acts like someone stares at you like they're doing amazing things when they do it.
Or I feel like juggling should be legal, but only beyond a certain level of impressiveness, not when it's just the balls. Right. You got to have some fire or some.
And they should be humble. Just act like you're so cool.
In there, yeah.
Taco Tuesdays will be outlawed for being too ethnic. We still get tacos? I don't know. I wanted to know more about that one.
Well, I'm curious whether tacos will be considered a sandwich or not.
Nah, that's a good point.
People over 80 will get a senior discount, even though that's not very old.
True. You can run a country if you're 80,
People are living longer these days.
Everyone gets a coupon for 50% off of an AR-15.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Pride Month will be replaced with the 80s-themed Greed Month.
80s-themed Greed? Is that like Dabney Coleman? Or
I don't know what 80s-themed
Trump
Greed is.
I feel like Trump is 80s-themed Greed, like the like Uncle Scrooge McDuck or something. And tax cuts. I think that's the scariest part of all this.
They just don't like
they're really
cuts.
Being sneaky and putting in the thing nobody wants, because we all know what it really means.
Yeah. And luckily, Trump's going to be a dictator on day one, according to the law.
Course.
So he's going to push all this stuff through with his iron fist.
I know, like that's the thing that's cracking me up right now.
Uh-huh.
Like there's these like unhinged tweets.
Oh, they lose their minds more and more.
And it's like about how you don't even realize what's going to happen the day Trump is president. I'm like, did we not live through 4 years of Trump being president already?
Yes, and they get crazy. Rachel Maddow said she's afraid Trump is going to round her up and put her in a camp. And it's like these people, and just more and more of, I get they're panicking and they're going hysterical because all of these scams and lies they've tried to push for 4 years are all blowing up in their face. But they never have any self-awareness of, oh, maybe they lied to us about all this. Maybe we should calm down. It's just they double down on all their craziness.
Right.
And they just come up with more and more Trump's going to be Hitler nonsense.
And like the best argument for me right now for just not voting for Trump,
I'd like to hear this because I don't think there is any, but
is that it's not how crazy I think he'll be now. Because like that was originally when Trump first got nominated, I was so annoyed by it and offended by it as a conservative. What? I actually left the Republican Party.
You mean in 2016?
I became an independent the very first time. First time.
It was
such a shock.
So I was a never Trumper in 2016. I didn't vote for him then because he was, his personality. I
didn't vote for him then either.
And I also didn't know whether he'd govern as a conservative.
Yeah, I thought he'd be crazy.
And then he won me over. I was like, oh, he's a great president. I think there was a lot of never Trumpers.
Totally.
Like myself, and I was like, oh, he was fantastic. And I can't wait for him to be president again.
My biggest concern was that he would be kind of a nut job and not, I was afraid to see how crazy he would get. And what I found out was that he isn't that crazy.
No. And he's a deal maker.
He likes to
make
like
deals. He likes to get stuff done.
And things were pretty good under him.
Yeah.
But I've never seen the left go so crazy. Like it's actually scary.
He really did break their brains.
It's terrible. I mean, like
they just
like what has already happened? Like what will it ramp up to? Like,
and it was so weird working in Hollywood on that day he was elected because it felt like going to work the next day. The atmosphere was like 9/11 or like a funeral. And it was so bizarre to me because I've been conservative.
I wish I'd worked on a Hollywood show that day.
I've been conservative my entire adult life. I lived in New York City for 3 years, and then I moved to LA, and I lived out here at the time. It was for 10 years. No politician I have ever voted for in my adult life has won. Every person I've ever voted for has lost. And I've always gone to work and lived my life the next day and be like, my guy didn't win. I guess I'll go back and whatever. And them, it was like, it was like the end of the world that their Hillary person that was supposed to be coronated and given the presidency didn't win.
I know my buddy Doug Tenaple, he would tell it much better, but he always talks about when George W. Bush beat Kerry, John Kerry, and he was working at Nickelodeon as a showrunner on Cat Scratch at the time, and he had a full-size cardboard cutout of George Bush that he kept in his office at Nickelodeon.
I had all this.
He couldn't even get a job. I don't know how he pulled that off.
I had all this Trump stuff in my office at Ellen. Yeah, I had a Trump Chia pet,
and he said people were just lining the hallways crying. Like he said, it was just like. You wouldn't imagine it. Like
they were like traumatized, insane. Like children. But it was insane.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I mean, I'm obviously going to vote for him, but
yeah, and now I mean, they obviously have to be scared because of this dastardly Project 2025 that we've just exposed.
It'd be interesting, like if he wins. Yeah, exactly. And if he wins again, it's going to be interesting to juxtapose, like like all those clips of news anchors realizing he won.
Yeah,
like that's some of the greatest YouTube ever.
And that lady question mark in the green jacket going, no.
Yeah.
Just the reactions of him now at his inauguration.
So like now happening a second time.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Wild times to live in.
Yep.
Oh, man, that was a good video. You should check out our channel for more great videos from the Talk Down and go to thetalkdown.com and maybe become a subscriber or something.
If you like being talked down to, subscribe to the Talk Down. Do it. Do it.